Cubocalypse by Wolfgerlion64. A bright, sunny, and joyous day for it is for flying kites, going to the beach, have some ice cream in the park, except that's what a cub will say to a normal day if this was really one. No, it used to be like that every day before the accident happened. Deep within the drug-producing facilities, they were testing out a new type of steroids that can instantly work on growing massive muscles on anyone who uses it, and they were tested on the world's youngest and famous cub actor 8-year-old Maverick Hyena. He had grown muscles immediately the moment the drug was injected to him. All his body muscles throb with power, thick veins through them, nipples so huge and perky that they leak out milk, and his penis grown to full adulthood alone that was so huge it can reach between his massive tits. The workers were overly impressed until one of them lost control of himself and started to molest the overly buff cub, groping his thick tits firmly and squeezing them hard to make them gush out milk, as the young buff cub did moan and yell like a little faggot. He then fight him off by punching him right into a table of formulas and chemicals that had splashed and exploded all over the pervert. Everyone thought he was dead, but out of the smoke of the explosion, they heard a grunt. The explosion didn't fully kill the pervert, but reanimated his body. He became a full horny zombie. He became a perverted zombie. The scientists tried to contain him, but he got away by diving into the vents. Soon, everything went down to hell. And it wasn't no normal zombie hell. It was a cubocalypse. That one zombie started infected so much people, turning them into pervert zombies that hunts for little cubs to rape. Every zombie were massively hard and horny as they grab and molest and rape every child they can get their nasty hands on, making them moan and scream like faggots, gushing thick zombie cum in their asses, and keep raping it to death until their pelvises would snap and break. It was only a matter of time before every adult in the world became perverted, pedophilic zombies, leaving all the children who was left alive to defend for themselves. Months have passed since that has happened. The sole survivor who saw how it all started, Maverick, was the leader of a small group of innocent yet faggy cubs. Teaming up with his new friend Kano, who was also a very buff and sexy cub lion with very huge perk tits and a huge adult-sized dick. They made quite the sexy buff cub team, protecting their litter of rescued children, wearing flat black cowboy hats and in a tight small open jackets. Equipped with nothing but their powerful fist of powers and claws to defend off the hordes of the PPZs. They do their very best to protect the innocent children in their group, taking care of them like big brothers, letting them nurse on their perking thick peck tits and cock to feed them healthy thick milk and cum. Things were as good as they try to be, however. It was only a matter of time before the zombies all gathered into one of the biggest hordes ever made. They had gathered up and have surrounded the cub base from all sides. Maverick and Kano fought off as many as they can, throwing massive punches that can explode a zombie's head right off, and claws so mighty that it can slash off a zombie's torso in two in one quick swipe. As they kept so much of them at bay, they suddenly see huge rocks were flying onto the battlefield, as if some of the zombies were throwing them. Kano and Maverick jump out of the way of them, letting them land and crush many zombies. "What the hell was that?" asked Kano, panting heavily as his thick muscles throb with exhaustion, having sweat leak down his hot cub body. "I don't know," answered Maverick, with the same body condition, feeling the ground shake, "but I have a feeling something huge is coming." Hearing two loud roars in the distance, they see two massively overbuff huge pervy pedo zombies with dicks so big that they were like two thick veiny thuddish wieners. They have massively buff arms so huge that they run on them like huge gorillas. They see those two just ramming and tanking through the hordes to get to them. "Holy shit, dude," yelled out Kano. "We gotta get out of here. Those tanks are gonna fucking destroy our asses." Maverick growled faggotly at the sight. "I know, but we gotta get the kids to move somehow. Come on, let's fight them off." The brave cubs charged back and tried to defend off the two huge tanks as best they can. However, as they fought, they heard a scream from their base. They looked back and see the horde was getting in the base to rape the cubs. "No, not them!" yelled out Maverick. Getting smacked out of the way by the tanks, they see they were stomping up to the camp to rape the children as well. However, clenching his fist, Kano stood up and called out to the zombies. "Hey zombies, you want someone to rape? Rape me!" Kano demanded as he poses and flexes off his thick, sexy young buff body for them like a pro model. Maverick sees the sacrifice Kano is doing and ran up to join him. "Yay! Why have all that small meat when you can have all this buff, thick, faggy meat to yourselves?" The zombies all moaned at the sight, immediately jerking off their rock-hard dicks, while the tanks licked their lips in lustful hunger, as their dicks were really rock-hard, throbbing so much as if they were growing bigger. The horde immediately start to come up and gather around the two muscular cubs, giving the other children the time to escape and run away. Watching the kids run away, making their escape, Maverick grumbles at Kano as their doom surrounded them. "This was a stupid idea, Kano. Now we're gonna die to zombie dick. I had to do something to help them. No point getting this far if we all died to zombie juicy dick," drooled Kano. Before they knew it, very old guy zombies grabbed them and groped their tits hard and tight, making them moan out and meow like faggots. Immediately they were forced down on the ground for the horde to grab and molest their huge tits like crazy and roughly, grabbing their thick dicks and jerking them off like shaking machines and fondling their thick balls. Before they can moan with loud faggy meows, their mouths gets covered by zombie buttholes and was blasted with rotting nasty farts as the zombies sat on their faces, stick their hard dicks between their tits and start raping them like mad. Making the cubs' tits bounced up and down along the thick foreskin shafts that raped them. Nipples erected out firmly as it overlaps on each bounce, leaking cub milk all over the zombie dicks. The zombies moans and groan in lust, as they were glad to rape them, hearing the cub moan like gay faggot, enjoying being raped by the undead. Letting out grunts, the zombies even start letting a thick log of shit down the cubs' throats. It tasted like complete cotton garbage, as the cubs were forced to swallow them. Kano and Maverick eyes rolled up in shiver by the nasty force feed of zombie shit, making their Adam apples bounce with each thick swallow. Even though this is the most nastiest rape they have ever experienced, they can't help but to feel fully aroused with their rock-hard adult dicks in the other zombies' grip, pulling down their thick foreskins hard all the way down to the base, and then back up the hard tip over and over again, still moaning muffledly with mouths full of zombie shit like fags. Soon the zombies groan loudly and splooshed cum all over the cubs' tits and abs as they moans out as well, with mouths full of nasty zombie shit and cum as well. It wasn't long before other zombies started to have turns, slam raping their tits as well as slamming their musky rotting dicks in their shit-filled mouths, as other zombies started to shit on their abs and filling their belly buttons with it. After a while of endless common pedo zombies rape their body, the tanks stomped in and slapped away the zombies as if they want their turn to rape and kill them now. The cubs couldn't do a thing but twitch and shiver at their pedo doom. The tanks grabs them by the throats and started strangling both of them as they grind their massive dicks on their shit-covered bodies. The cubs choke and gagged with weak moans and meows as they dicks were coming like crazy at the kinky struggle. Being lifted by the throats, the tanks hold them in the air with their other hands started molesting their tits in one firm grip as their huge dicks poke the cubs in the asses. Their eyes widen as they know this rape will be the end of them. Meow! No, not that. Anything but that. Ack! Gags at the strangling as Kano begged like a helpless gay. "I don't want to die to zombie D-yick!" Gagging crying faggy Maverick. The tanks stupidly laugh as they slam the cubs down on their dicks, making them go right in the cubs' asses, making them naggingly cry out like fags as the tanks started pounding them as they strangled them more. Strangling the cubs in one firm grip of one hand, as the other hand keeps groping, molesting, and squeeze-crushing their tits powerfully as they pound their asses. The two strong buff cub cry and gag as they moan and meow more like fags as they get wrecked. Their dicks frail and bounce up and down as the tanks fuck them. Some faggy zombies come up and grab the cubs' dicks, jerking them some more until they open their mouths wide and start eating down the cubs' dicks away. The cubs' eyes widen in pain as they feel their dicks become zombie chow up to their balls. They moans and yell in the strangling as they feel their dicks and balls gets eaten away. The zombies tug and rip away their balls with their teeth and chew it all up. The tanks laugh at how gay these young faggots are for loving have their dicks and balls chewed off as they get raped to death by them. Then very old skinny guy zombies walked up to the cubs and French kissed them hard as they tug and molest their tits hard. Their mouths tasted as bad as the zombie shit as they were forced to take in their nasty kissing and breath in their throats. The pounding grow more intense by each second. The cubs can feel their pelvises breaking as they get raped to death. They moans and cry to their last breaths until with one last powerful thrust from the tanks, a massive snap exploded from their hips as they feel their pelvises get destroyed. With that, the tanks moans out and explodes thick zombie cum deeply in their asses, feeling the life of the two cubs slowly slip away, becoming nothing but hot fuckable corpses. The corpses lets out a full fart from their asses and unload all the bowels out all over tanks' dicks. The tanks soon tossed the corpses off their dicks as two very old skinny guys pervy pedo zombies come up's totty corpses and started licking their lips as they grab the cubs' legs and opens wide as they slowly swallow down the dead cubs down. Slowly, gulping down their legs to their thick broken hips, pushing them down as they gulped down their buff torsos and finished it up by gulping down the heads, having their rotten skinny stomach bulge out. Moaning out like old faggots with the pleasure of feeling full, they jerk off their huge foreskin dicks hard as they let the corpses digest. Soon later, the old guys both squirt down in front of the whole horde of zombies as they rapidly jerk off their uncut dicks so hard and horny at them, eager to come on the old zombies' shit. The old guy zombies grunt and moans like real fags as they start pushing out huge thick logs of shit out their nasty asses in one huge pile, moaning and jerking their own dicks hard, letting out thick log after log of hard faggy shit out along with the bones of the cubs as they were nothing but skeletons just being piled all over thick nasty logs of zombie shit. The zombies all moan like gay perverts and let out huge loads of cum all over the skeletons in the pile of shit in satisfaction. Even the tanks come on the pile and even walked up and added to the pile, buried the cummed-on dead skeleton corpses in thicker massive loads of hot shit until it was nothing but a huge pile of it so big that it looked like a T-Rex took a dump there. With that done, the zombies all spread out, still rock hard and horny for more pedo fun, as they all now go to hunt for the reminding children that got away. Without their powerful big brothers to protect them, their hope is all lost.